Hey everyone, John here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be doing our ranking of the best INBDE study materials available for 2025. We've just finished reviewing and rating out a bunch of different prep resources and study materials, and today I'm going to break down which ones we thought were the best and most worthwhile. And just as a heads up, since I'm just going to be covering the high points today, if you find you need some more detail at any point during this video, I'll just say we also have a full written guide over on our website that has way more information. The quickest way to find that is probably just to Google Test Prep Insight, best INBDE study material. That's the quickest way to find that. Okay, so in total, we purchased and evaluated almost 10 different INBDE prep resources, including a nice mix of prep courses, mobile study apps, books, and question banks. But of all of the study materials that we looked at, honestly, for our team, it really comes down to two main prep tools that are worthwhile: INBDE Bootcamp and Kaplan. They are just clearly better than the other tools and study resources that we reviewed, like Crack NBDE and Dental Mastery and Board Vitals. And I think the decision here really comes down to these two prep resources. And between them, the best and most effective prep resource that we found was INBDE Bootcamp. Let me quickly give you a breakdown of how this course works, and then I'll give you the major highlights that we found with this program. So at a high level, Bootcamp is a self-paced course, meaning you learn on your own schedule. There are no live classes or workshops or anything like that. Everything is accessed in the online portal, and you work your way through the material in a self-guided fashion. And as for the content itself, you get a few different features, including video lessons, cheat sheets, a question bank with practice problems, short quiz questions called bites, and one full-length 500-question mock exam. All of this content, generally speaking, is broken out by INBDE tested topics, sort of like buckets of study material, and you access it all from the dashboard in the portal. Now, without any direct instructions, this would give the program sort of an unorganized feel, but overarching everything in the course is the study schedule. Bootcamp gives you a 45-day study schedule that guides you through all of their study materials in a very detailed order. It's a checklist-style guide and gives you a day-by-day breakdown of exactly what you need to be doing and when. For planning purposes, I would say an average day takes about 3 to 4 hours of studying, depending on how fast you move, as well as what topic happens to fall on your schedule that day. But that's kind of it for a quick summary. Now, in terms of the major highlights of this course that we really liked and why we give them such a high rating, I'd say there are 3 big reasons to use INBDE Bootcamp. First is their practice material. It is highly realistic of what you'll see on test day in terms of question difficulty, content, and structure. And with 2,500 practice problems, you get more practice material with Bootcamp than just about any other prep provider. I think Dental Mastery might actually provide the most in the space, but we found Bootcamp's problems to be more realistic and higher quality than theirs, so they get our vote for practice work between the two. Then you've got the video content. Bootcamp has partnered with Mental Dental to integrate their videos into the Bootcamp program, and they are very good. These video lectures dive deep into all of the need-to-know material on the exam and focus on high-yield content. They just don't waste your time with unnecessary fluff. So we think this was a really smart choice on their part. And then lastly, circling back to practice work, Bootcamp has incredibly good problem explanations. Their problem solutions are incredibly clear and offer a ton of value to people who just learn best by doing and reviewing. And then one last thing, I know I said I only had 3 things, but I do want to talk about the price of this course. The main INBDE Bootcamp study package costs just $319, which isn't necessarily the cheapest prep resource you can buy, but it is a really solid value. For a little over $300, Bootcamp offers a lot of bang for your buck. Plus, I would just note that despite the pretty affordable price tag, Bootcamp still frequently runs sales and special promotions, and a lot of times you can find their course on sale, so make sure to check out the description below before buying. I'm going to do my best to keep that description down below the video screen updated with the most current discounts that I can find out there, and maybe you can save yourself a little bit of money if you do decide to go with them in the end. In my experience, you can usually save around 10% on the Bootcamp package. Okay, so the other prep resource that I want to talk about today is Kaplan. And the thing to know about Kaplan is that they don't offer a full-scale prep course like Bootcamp does. Bootcamp gives you everything that you would expect in a full-fledged prep program. A study schedule, study materials, video instruction, practice problems, and all of that. Now, Kaplan, on the other hand, only provides a question bank, and that's why we've included them. They just have a really affordable and really effective bank of practice problems. If you're one of those people that just feels like you're pretty well covered in terms of knowing the content and you just don't need a study schedule, but instead want a bunch of practice problems to get yourself ready, then Kaplan is going to be a great option. The Kaplan problems are just as good as the questions from Bootcamp in terms of problem realism, and they also come with some really nice detailed explanations with graphics. In total, I think you get around 2,600 problems in the Qbank and one 500 question mock exam, so it's a lot of practice work. Plus, the nice thing with Kaplan is that their question bank product is only like $150, and even at that, a lot of times you can get it on sale for just a little over $100, so make sure to check for those deals and discounts below. This is by far the best practice-only study option that we found. But anyway, that's kind of it for this video, so let's wrap this up with some final thoughts. But before I forget, I should just mention that since you're studying for the INBDE, we actually give away a free prep course every single month to one lucky person. It's really easy to enter. Just do the 3 simple things listed right here on screen. It'll take you like 10 seconds to get entered, and hey, you never know, you could win yourself a totally free INBDE prep course. Okay, so my final verdict. Which prep resource should you go with to study for the INBDE? Well, honestly, as you can probably tell from this short video, I think it's pretty simple. Again, we reviewed around 10 different prep resources and study tools, but the only 2 that we think are worth it in the end are INBDE Bootcamp and Kaplan. And then even at that, I would say that if you need or want a full prep program with all of the features, you should go with Bootcamp. They get our highest grade by a long shot. Or if you only need a question bank, then just go with Kaplan. That would be our team's recommendation. Or honestly, given that you could pick up both together for a little over $400, it might not be a bad idea just to combine these 2 prep tools. That would be another good recommendation. But anyway, I hope this video has been helpful and you learned a little something. If so, please return the favor by subscribing to our channel, and best of luck in your prep journey.